why is it so important for a disciple to get out of the influence of the mode of passion and ignorance? How do these modes interfere with spiritual practice? Alright? Hello?
If you overcome from this three modes of
I have to hear. You got to speak up. No?
if you overcome from this three modes, then only we can escape from what is old age and
What's that again?
if you overcome from these three modes, then only we can escape from birth and death.
Or when you overcome the influence of passion and ignorance, you can overcome the problem of birth, death, old age and disease. What else? Why is it so important for the disciple to get out of the influence of mode of passion and ignorance? He says the answer is, if you don't overcome the mode of passion and ignorance, you cannot go back to the spiritual world. This is correct. We don't say no. What else?
Passion and ignorance can take us to hell.
Passion and ignorance will take you to hell. Yes, correct. 3 gates that leads to hell. Right? So it says here the 3 gates that take you to hell. The 3 gates that leading to this hell is lust, anger and greed. Every sane man should give up this, for they lead to degradation of the soul. Yes? What else? What else? Most important point.
Austerities in mode of passion is unstable, not stable.
Austerity in the mode of passion and unstable. Yes. What else? Come on, come on. What have you been hearing? Huh? Right, give you a clue. Pandit. Huh? So here Krishna says this, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Kamayesha Krodesha Rajaguna Samudbhavaha Mahasano Mahapapam Vidiyena Eva Vairina. The blessed Lord said, it is lust only Arjuna which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed to wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. In other words, Krishna is saying that this is enemy. This is what? Mode of passion and ignorance is enemy. Why is it enemy? Current question. Because lust and what? Anger. Just now we read 3 things that bring you to it. So if the devotee is practicing spiritual life in the mode of passion and ignorance, then he cannot improve spiritually. Common sense? Yes? He will not develop purity. Yes? Because lust is enemy. Correct? Right? Yes or not? Right? Okay, I'll give you another clue, right? When you go to the mode of passion, When you go to the mode of passion, you develop all the bad qualities. See, so you don't develop any good qualities, you develop all the bad qualities, The mode of passion, you see here, these are all the bad qualities you will develop. See this? These are all the, what? Material desire, great endeavor, audacity, dissatisfaction, even in gain, false pride, praying for material advancement, considering oneself different and better than others. Yeah? Sense gratification, rash eagerness to fight. Huh? Can you go to God like this? Arjuna forward. This is not that kind of fighting, different. Yes? Yes? Fondness of hearing oneself praise, yes? Wow, I'm a great guy, right? See that? Tendency to ridicule others, this is good quality. They're advertising one's own progress and justifying one action by one's strength are qualities in the mode of passion. These are all bad qualities you get. What else? Intolerant anger, stinginess. We are asking you a donation. Hello? $10,000 help? No, Prabhu, I only can give $1. That also in 10 years. Yeah? Stingy, correct? What else? Speaking without scriptural authority, speculation. What I think good, I do. I don't care all your scripture, all this thing. I know better, Correct? Is it? Right? Violent hatred. Wow, this is another bad. And what else? Living as a parasite. Living as a what? No, we will go Sunday to Hare Krishna, we can eat free, Yeah?
Cannot see. Very difficult to see.
Cannot see,
Very difficult.
Alright, so what else? Hypocrisy. Hypocrite is good quality. What else? Chronic fatigue. When asked to do work, Prabhu tired. Eating time, no tired. Correct? No, Prabhu, tired, Prabhu. Cannot. Yes, quarreling. Champion. Quarreling only come right in front. Yeah, quarreling. What is that? Lamenting. I never get enough prasadam. He took no. Yes, delusion. Don't know what to do, what not to do, bewildered. Unhappiness, always unhappy. Correct? Depression. Prabhu, depressed. Now it's a big thing. Why? He's stressed, Prabhu. Depressed. Sleeping too much. Champion. Sunday, Prabhu, don't call me. I only wake up at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, not in the morning, evening. Yes. See? False expectation, fear, laziness constitute the major qualities in the mode of ignorance. See? So if you develop this mode of passion and ignorance, then this is all these things you will develop. Correct? For a devotee, these are good qualities. So you cannot make spiritual advancement in the mode of passion and ignorance. In fact, Krishna says his enemy. Correct? And what was the other question? What is it? A, huh? Was it here? Chrome, huh? How do this mode interfere with spiritual practice? This is the next question here. How does it interfere? How? How does this interfere? Come on. Hello?
Because it makes us the condition. It makes us to condition.
Condition you.
So you cannot, you always you get a condition state, you cannot.
Actually, you make no progress. In fact, when you are in the mode of passion and ignorance, you become a demon. You develop demonic qualities. You don't become devotee, you become what? So how does it interfere? Demon and you, either you want to become a demon or you want to become devotee. Which one you want to be? Half. Yes, cannot practice devotional service in the mode of passion and ignorance. You cannot. The word is, that's why, how to come? What is the next question? What are you? Okay, we go to this first. So, the mode of passion and ignorance is so overwhelming. How to overcome this? Can you tell me how you overcome this? This is the next question that I am asking you. You know this is bad. So how, that means I must come to what? I must come to the mode of goodness, correct? How do I go to the mood of goodness? How? Come on.
Take the shelter of the spiritual master.
Huh?
Take shelter of the spiritual master.
Take the shelter of spiritual master. Suppose I don't have.
Reading books.
Huh?
Reading books.
Reading books? Which books? Yes, reading Prabhupada book, reading Shastra, yes. But practice, this is practice, how to practically come. Reading books you get knowledge, yes? Yes? But how to practice this?
Association with pure devotees.
Associate, Prabhu, pure devotee, are you? I associate with you, okay? How? Come on, tell me how. Of course, that is good answer. Associating with devotees, we didn't say no. But how do you come? Because suppose devotee was not there, you are at home. Yes? Yes or no? How do you do it? Huh? You must, in order to come to the mode of goodness, you must, first thing you must do is wake up before the sunrise. 1.5 hours before. If you wake up after that, then there's no more. And when you wake up, what do you do? Then you go to sleep. What do you do? When you wake up, then you must do some spiritual activities. Yes? Of course, the first thing you must do is take bath. Huh? Correct? Yes? Are you taking bath? Are you, take out the mask, I can see you. Are you waking up in the morning? Then finish. You can put big tilak. What's the use? Huh? You must wake up what time? What is 1.5 hours? 9 o'clock. What? 4 o'clock. What time? 1.5 hours is 7 o'clock is sunrise. So 1.5 hours is what? 5:30. Yes? You must wake up at that time. Start what? Chanting Krishna's name. You see here. Today morning he discussed this, no? The Supreme Personality of Godhead said that three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion and ignorance, pertain to material intelligence and not to the spirit soul. By development of material goodness, one can conquer the mode of passion and ignorance, and by cultivation of transcendental goodness, one may free oneself even from material goodness. See this thing? So in order to come to goodness, you must perform this Mangala Arati that we are doing here every day. If you don't do this Mangala Arati in the morning, associating with devotee chanting, you came, right? Mangala Arati, you came? Did you come? No, you didn't try yet, huh? So you try to come? Wow, you can try to come. Where you stay? What? Augam, not far. Can cycle here. 5 o'clock in the morning, we open the curtain. So you come and join us here and you experience. If you come, you will see the morning program. And you will see how inspiring it is. Krishna is saying you can overcome mode of passion and ignorance by coming to the morning program. You cannot do any other way, that's not possible. When the living entity becomes strongly situated in the mode of goodness, then religious principle characteristic by devotional service to me become prominent. See this? One can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivating those things that are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principle arise. You understand this? For a devotee, he must understand this theoretically. Why I cannot sleep? Huh? Because if I sleep, then I will quarrel with my wife. Huh? You want to fight? No, I want to sleep, I will fight with her. Yes? Fighting will start. Correct? Not only that, money will go. Because Lakshmi will only be where? You are with what? God, Narayan. But you don't, then Lakshmi will also go, finish. Everything will become what? Bad luck. Correct? See, just by sleeping during the Brahma Muhurta time, everything will become bad qualities develop, all unlucky, misguided. You like to be like that? Unlucky. Huh? See? This is what happens. So you have to learn how to wake up in the morning and chant. What? Chant Hare Krishna, alright? Okay. Now you understood, huh? Do you understand this? Clear? Now this one. Why can the material mode of goodness become an obstacle in spiritual advancement? This is the next question. How do you answer this? Why this mode of goodness can be an obstacle in spiritual advancement? Do you understand this question? Do you understand this question? Hello? You understand? Why? Why does the mode of goodness can be an obstacle in spiritual advancement? Why? Just now we say we must come to goodness. Why this goodness can become an obstacle?
Because mode of goodness sometimes can be overcome by passion.
Very good. So you stay in the mode of goodness, you can be overtaken by passion and ignorance. Because these modes are fighting you. You understand? And how when you overtake, what you start thinking? In the mode of passion, if goodness is mixed with passion, you start thinking what? Like all the Brahmins in India. How they think? They are high class. You low class. Correct? You don't come here, you don't go there, you don't touch my pot. Right? Correct? It's form of what? What? Conditioning. In fact, in goodness, if you don't go above, that means you come to Suddha Sattva, right? You have become polluted, as he says. Right? The verse is here. Sometimes the mode of goodness become prominent, defeating the mode of passion and ignorance, or sometimes the mode of passion defeat goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeat goodness and passion. In this way there's always competition for. That's why you cannot stay just in goodness only. Are you following? Yeah? Understand? So it's dangerous, as I gave the example. India, very, they think that, condition, they think they have become very close to God. Yes? Okay, the next question. And that's why you see, because they are becoming that kind of consciousness, preaching is finished, they become polluted. And practically most of the Brahmins, they all fall down. Not only Brahmins, anyone in that consciousness. Yes? Now, what is this? How does Suddha Sattva, what does Suddha Sattva mean? Why is it important for a devotee to strive for it? What are its advantages? Because this is a bit tough question. This is a postgraduate question. I don't think you can, this one, yeah. 4:3:20. This is a little bit tough. Huh? You see how the Russians are asking questions like, hello? So this you need a little bit of knowledge. Huh? This is a very important verse spoken by Lord Shiva. Right? Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Saptitam Yaryate Yattatra Pumanat Pavattaha Sattve Chachasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo Ya Atchakshome Namasa Vidyate. So this is the translation. I am always engaged in offering obeisance to Lord Vasudeva in pure Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is always pure consciousness in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead known as Vasudeva is revealed without any covering. The living entity is constitutionally pure. Asango here Ayam Purusha. In the Vedic literature it is said that the soul is always pure and uncontaminated by material attachment. The identification of the body with the soul is due to misunderstanding, and as soon as one is fully Krishna conscious, it is to be understood that one is in a pure, original, constitutional position. The state of existence is called Suddha Sattva. Right? Which means that it is transcendental to material qualities. Since the Suddha Sattva existence is under the direct action of the internal potency, in this state, the activities of material consciousness stop. In Suddha Sattva platform, there is no more Maya. You understand? For example, when iron is put into fire, it becomes warm. And when red hot, although it is iron, it acts like fire. Similarly, when copper is surcharged with electricity, it acts as copper stock. It acts as electricity. And Bhagavad Gita 14:26 also confirms that anyone who engages in unadulterated devotional service to the Lord is at once elevated to the position of pure Brahman. Mamcha vyabhuchrena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. The Suddha Sattva, therefore Suddha Sattva is described in this verse as the transcendental position, which is technically called Vasudeva. Vasudeva is also the name of the person from whom Krishna appears. His father's name is? This verse explains that pure state is called Vasudeva because in that state of Vasudeva the Supreme Personality of Godhead is revealed without any covering. To execute unaltered devotional service, therefore one must follow the rules and regulations of devotional service without desire to gain material profit by fruitless activities or mental speculations. In pure devotional service, one simply serves the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a matter of duty, without reason and without being impeded by material conditions. This is called Suddha Sattva or Vasudeva. Because in that state the Supreme Person, Krishna, is revealed in the heart of a devotee. Srila Jiva Goswami has very nicely described this Vasudeva or Suddha Tattva in his Bhagavad Sundar. He explained that the Ashtotara Sutta 108 is added to the name of the spiritual master to indicate one who is situated in the Suddha Tattva or in the transcendental state of Vasudeva. That's why we chant when we say Namo Ram Ashtotara Sutta, Sri Sri Srimat, correct? The word Vasudeva is also used for other purpose. For example, Vasudeva also means one who is everywhere or all pervading. The sun is also called Vasudeva Sabditam. The words of Vasudeva may be utilized for different purpose, but whatever purpose we adopt, Vasudeva means all pervading or localized Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.19, it is also said, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Factual realization is to understand Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and surrender unto Him. Vasudeva is the ground when Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is revealed. When one is free from the contamination of material nature and is situated in pure Krishna consciousness or in Vasudeva state, Vasudeva, the Supreme Person, is revealed. This state is also called Kaivalya, which means pure consciousness. Jnana Sattvikam Kaivalyam. When one is situated in pure transcendental knowledge, one is situated in Kaivalya. Therefore Vasudeva also means Kaivalya, a word which is generally used by the impersonalists. Impersonal Kaivalya is not the last stage of realization, but in Krishna consciousness, Kaivalya, when one understands the Supreme Person or Personality of Godhead, then one is successful. In that state, pure hearing, chanting, remembering, etc., the development of knowledge of the signs of Krishna one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All these activities are under the guidance of the infinite potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. So you understand now that Suddha Sattva means what? It is the pure platform of above Sattva, goodness. Suddha Sattva means above the goodness, pure goodness. You follow? And how to come to that? So this is how you come to that platform. See here, Tapodevyam putraka ena sattvam. When you do austerity, you come to the platform of, that's why I told you this now, wake up in the morning, do all, that's austerity. Following the four principles, no meat, fish, egg, all this thing. Suddhayat, you see the word Suddhayat? You become what? Suddha Sattva. You understand? And then you come to Brahma Saukyam Tva Anantam. Then you come to the Brahma happiness state. Are you following? Clear? Hello? Alright. You know, right, this answer, right? Why you have to come Suddha Sattva, correct? How is Suddha Sattva related to devotional? I already explained. How to find a balance between spiritual and material for a devotee. Tell me. How to find balance? What's the answer? Huh? Everybody is asking this question, correct? How to find a balance between spiritual and material for a devotee. In other words, spiritual and material activities of a devotee. How to find the balance? Pandit?
8-7 Bhagavad Gita.
Huh?
8-7.
8-7 Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without a doubt. So he is saying like this. Actually, if you do your spiritual program, then your material activity will follow like a shadow. You understand? It is not that you must strike a balance. There's no such thing. You have to perform your spiritual activities, and then what? Maya will assist you in your activities. It is not that you find a balance. How to find a balance? You follow? You understand? You do service to Krishna. That's why here it says, you think of me in the form of Krishna, and then at the same time you carry on your work. But first you think of, you do your spiritual program, chanting, everything, and everything will be automatically arranged for you. Have you experienced that? Hello? If you don't do that, then what happens? So many problems. Correct?
Priority one issue.
Huh?
So many issues.
So many issues. That's why it says here also. Things that are very difficult to do become easy to execute if one somehow or other simply remembers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if one does not remember him, even easy things become very difficult. So, to this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu I offer my respectful. Simple. You understand? If you surrender to Krishna, then Krishna says, I take care of everything. For my devotee, I carry what he lacks and preserve. Yeah. But if you don't become Krishna conscious, then everything, even easy thing also cannot do. You see? You follow? You understand? Alright, the next one. How to treat the body correctly. I mean, to not neglect it, and at the same time don't be bothered by it too much. Please share your personal experience. Can you tell me how to do this? How to answer this question? How to treat the body correctly? I don't think we get this kind of questions on Sunday, do you? Huh? Friday also we don't get this question. Yeah? Maybe you get them. Right?
In my opinion, just following the devotional service program itself will keep the body also healthy, because your diet is good, you are all the time paying obeisances to Krishna, your exercise is automatically happening. So, just as you said, this material follows the spiritual, here also health will follow the spiritual for the person to do.
Yes, that's correct. But let's hear from Krishna, no? What he says in the Gita, no? What do you think? What is the answer in the Gita?
Fixed diet.
No. So here Krishna is saying how to do this. There is no possibility of one becoming a yogi or Arjuna if he eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. So how to take care of the body? You must be what? Regulated, correct? Yeah? You said that. And also you say, of course you read the purport, you can read the purport. He who is temperate in his habits of eating, sleeping, working and recreation can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga. As he said, when you do this bhakti yoga, everything what? Right? I was just seeing one YouTube thing. They say why Saudi Arabia, a Middle East country, the cancer is the lowest. This was all these other countries, the cancer all very, very high. Why this I don't know, they surveyed India, I think. So they analyzed that Saudi Arabia, the Middle East guys, they also eat a lot of sugar. Actually, their sugar consumption is the highest. You know? So why their cancer rate is not high? Because cancer and sugar are correlated. Those who know about health. So why they analyze why? They found out that the reason why this Middle East guys, because they do fasting for 1 month. Because of their fasting, all the body, the body, everything gets what? Reconstructed, you know.
Reclining.
Yes. You follow? So what has that got to do with this? So fasting, like today, we are doing Ekadasi. It's so important for, of course they do 1 month and then finish the close shop, but we do every month 2 times. So our health is what? You understand? So you become regulated. Another thing, I saw another video, they said that when you take cold shower, your immune system becomes boosted up. I mean, we are taking cold shower every morning. But you take hot shower, then your immune system is finished. You understand? They are researching, we are practicing. You go to Ganga, the water is hot. Cool. You take well water, yeah? Why? Because the body needs that cold shower to get yourself going. You understand? It is a practice. You see how you become regulated. Cold shower in the morning, chanting, correct? Everything becomes purifying. But as you wake up with a bed coffee, huh? What do you call it? What? Breakfast in bed, they say. Where you will go, you buy breakfast in bed. Before even you can wash your mouth, you are eating. All the germs will go away. And then you get stage 4 cancer. There are germs in your body. That's why the first thing is to what? Clean your. Even the Lord we offer. Even the Lord, when we wake Him up, we offer what? The neem twigs. The toothbrush is not your brush and Colgate, huh? The brush is what? Neem twigs, because it's very antiseptic. Science, it is a science. Because now we don't use all that. That's why India has so many neem trees. Why? Because the brush, all poison will go away. See how scientific. Our whole devotional practice is very much what? To better health. Because if you don't have good health, then how you can do spiritual activities? It's not possible. And you go into the mode of passion and ignorance, we read this now. You get what? All kind of disease. You see, a great science. You follow? So it is important to treat the body and not neglect. Personal experience, I'm sure. I was just thinking about this fasting thing. Of course, I also will get any time this disease, but I think so far I'm not getting this because I'm eating only one time a day and fasting all day, every day, and only eating in the evening. I've seen the difference. My immune system is what? Of course, I also can get sick. Not I don't say sick, but I find that I'm kind of a, So I recommend you practice. Today you please don't. Yes. All right. How should a devotee study the current political, financial, social conjuncture, the state of affairs, etc.? In what services can this help him? Does it make sense to discuss politics in ashram, or is it better to rise higher and just preach bhakti, jnana? What do you think about this? I think every devotee knows this more than the Bhagavad Gita. You ask him, what is Aishwarya Rai doing? Say, know exactly where she is now. Correct? Tune into all kind of mundane. Yes, because this is a trek. So how the devotee to understand this? Of course, we don't say you become completely oblivious to all the, like now there's a war going and somebody asks you, Prabhu, do you know if this is war? What war? You mean the war in my house? Huh? You mean the war in my house? Huh? You know me? Huh? What war? You must know, yes. So you must be tuned into some current affairs. Not that you don't know nothing, yes? Then you walk out with a mask. What mask? Please sir, you please come, you pay the fine. Yes? So you cannot be naive to the current situation. You should be knowing something. You may not be a fool, right? Understand? How can we practically apply Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam as well as Atma Nivedanam? Do you know what is this? First of all, do you know what is this Pada Sevan, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam? Do you know? Very good. 9 process. For those who don't know, we will show you.
In the previous question I had one doubt.
What is that?
For example, when the Bangladesh issue happened, ISKCON India agitated all over India. Was it correct or was it not correct?
Bangladeshi.
When there were riots in Bangladesh,
I mean, there was riots in Bangladesh. So against the one.
Attacked one ISKCON center and they did a lot of horrible things there. So ISKCON worldwide actually, and mostly in India, they took out outside Bangladesh assembly, they did a lot of
agitation,
protest, placard, and so was it right or was it not right? So how do we get involved in social causes?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also did right. When the devotees were harassed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did civil disobedience in the Chankasi.
Prabhupada is the pioneer.
Last civil disobedience.
So when there is some agitation against our, like now suppose someone come to attack the deity, what do you do? Stand and watch, take pictures. Take photo. What do you do? You have to protect, correct? So these devotees were killed, so we have to do something, right? So that's our duty to help, protect. Yes?
One of the bosses said that 5, 12, 13, that in the assembly of devotee, no discussion about the politics, social.
Assembly of pure devotees.
But if you see Prabhupada, he wrote so many articles on that regard also concerning the world issues and how Krishna consciousness can actually be the answer. So he was answering to what is happening in the world, but giving the Krishna conscious solution. He was writing so many articles. Even in the purport, many purports are like that.
Actually, all these activities are basically due to forgetting Krishna. So this is a chance for us to explain, you see why this is happening. Because you are doing all these kind of crazy things. So if you do this thing, this is the consequence. So this way we get a chance to wake up the conditioned soul. Like now there's a war. Of course we don't care because miles away, we don't bother. Right? Suppose here there's a war, then? Right? So this is why, because if you don't practice Krishna consciousness, that's now we're at. If the mode of passion increases, then what happens? Fighting, quarreling, bickering will start. Correct? That's why mode of passion is, Krishna says what? Is the enemy. It's not Ukraine, it's not Russia, it is the what? You follow? That's why Krishna consciousness is so important to be happy. That's why with this verse, no? One who is not in transcendental consciousness can have neither a controlled mind nor a steady intelligence, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace? So India has got the answer. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna here. People want to know how to solve the problem. So unless you bring Krishna inside, there is no question of yes. And the issue of the Bangladesh thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confronted. He went to the Qazi. Yeah, correct? And he discussed, and the Qazi accepted. So, if there is no preaching, then how you can stop this agitation? Simply agitating is not enough. We have to confront. Yes? And confront means what? With knowledge and argument. Why are you doing this? This is nonsense. You cannot do these things. Why I cannot break the deity? You must answer the question. Huh? He thinks that this is some stone. Yes. So we have to explain. The deities are not different from the Lord. So preaching must be there. But Hindus themselves, they don't know the answers. Like now, I think in India there's a big agitation, right? About the what? What is it? Hijab. Hijab. Yeah, they call it the Tudung here, right? India, I think, yeah, West Karnataka, say who? Karnataka. I think there are 5 girls started here, right? 5 girls, right?
It's a political thing.
And then the Indian guy going with the what?
Saffron.
The BJP guy. But instead of preaching, what's the point? Right? The whole idea is just putting this doesn't mean that you become a what? A religious person. You have to practice. Yes? So you have to talk. Actually they are politicizing it. It's more of a political thing rather than...
Those girls were roaming around with less clothes before. They have many...
Only going to school they wear that.
Only there they want it.
So they are agitating, correct? Right? So we have to preach. Our whole idea is preaching. Like now you see you are wearing dhoti and kurta and all, correct? If you didn't come here, will you wear? You will wear lungi.
No, shorts.
Short now, no more lungi. Too expensive, too much clothes, you know. Cut. Huh? Yes, correct. So education, we have to speak, we have to teach. That's the idea of preaching. If you don't preach, then simply fight. As Prabhupada said, the Muslims and Hindu fighting and they're killing each other. And in the morning, the one who's cleaning the sweeper, what do you call him? And he comes and put the same body in the same cart. Finish. The fighting, when you die, is the same. Hindu body or Muslim body doesn't care. He put in the same cart and he takes away. What's the problem? Unnecessary. Yes. So this is intelligence. Alright. What is this?
Last point was, hasn't, I don't know the reference to the context, but Chaitanya Prabhu has said that don't get too involved in politics, leave it to Krishna. Even in those days, we were under the Muslim rule. Yet he advised not to get too much involved.
Did he say that?
I forgot to reference to the context.
I don't think he said that.
So that we don't get too much involved in this politics thing.
He just concentrated on Krishna consciousness. You understand? And if they come into his path, he preached. He didn't go out of the way looking for them to preach, no. If they, if you come to just like what's the name? No, that Muslims, what is that? Patan. The Patan Muslims, they came onto his path, he preached and he made them devotees. And the man was, that Patan was actually a king's son. And then he went around and he made so many, people devotees. They preached. I think his name is...
Bhagavad Gita, it's all politics, right?
Bhagavad Gita is politics. You cannot say you cannot be involved in politics. Because politics means policies, no? There's always difference of opinion. You follow? What to do? The reason why the Muslim religion and all that are growing exponentially because the Hindus, the devotees, they are not preaching. If Prabhupada has not gone to the West, I don't think you will be sitting here. Out of the question. The preaching, Prabhupada stress on. And because Indians are not preaching, then Buddhists, Muslim, Christian, all around. They are all around, but not inside yet. Inside also there. But by preaching. So we have to preach. Haridas Thakur was a Muslim man. He became devotee. Yes. And so many Muslims are devotees in our movement. Someone wrote an Arabic Bhagavad Gita. I know many Muslim devotees. So it is not a question, it is a question of faith, preaching. So when we don't know, then how we preach? That's the missing link. Like now we are preaching all over the world. Why? Because they want the knowledge. And only India has the knowledge. Correct? Yes. So the next part here, of course we didn't finish this. What is this Pada Sevan, Dashyam, Sakyam and Atma Nivedanam? Pada Sevanam means serving the lotus feet. Dasya means becoming, huh? What? 7. And Sakya means becoming friend. And Atma Niveda means surrender what? Surrender your money. What is Atma Nivedanam? Haribol? Fully surrender. Yes, Atma Nivedam means what? Like Bali Maharaj, he offered everything. Sharanam Gati. So, how can we apply this? How we apply Pada Sevanam? Pada Sevanam means touching the lotus feet of the. So if you are initiated, you can go and touch. But if you have a picture deity at home, you can always touch the feet of the. That you can do, correct? But Dashyam and Sakyam and Atma Nivedanam, this is in the transcendental stage. You cannot become to that level in the regulated platform. That's not possible. Just like Arjuna, he was but he's on the transcendental level with Hanuman. He's a 7 of Ram. So he must come to that transcendental. For regulated service now, you learn how to chant, how to hear, wake up in the morning, rules and regulations. Then yes, you will come to the Dashyam, Sakyam, Atmanived, Dashyam, Sakyam, Vatsalyam, Madhuryam, this, all these other relationships. But that requires some requires some?
It is a spontaneous love.
Yes. So the next one, devotees tend to be fanaticism or anukaram, imitating of the great Vaishnavas. How to not imitate but follow the footstep? This is a two word, Anukaran and Anusharan. Right? So how to do that? So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying this in purport. Those who are neophyte or even a little progress in devotional service should not try to imitate the Mahabhagavata. Rather, they should only follow in his footsteps. The word Anukara means imitating, and Anushara means trying to follow in the footsteps. We should not try to imitate the activities of Mahabhagavata or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Our best effort should be exerted in trying to follow them according to our ability. The Mahabhagavad heart is completely free from material contamination, and it can become very dear even to fierce animals like tigers and elephants. Indeed, the Mahabhagavata treats them as a very intimate friend. On this platform, there is no question of envy. When the Lord was passing through the forest, he was in ecstasy, thinking the forest to be Vrindavan. He was simply searching for Krishna. So, in other words, like Lord Shiva, he drank what? Poison. Right? But they say he was smoking what? So that part they follow, he is smoking what? But drinking poison? That they cannot do, right? So this is nonsense, correct? So we should learn how to follow, not try to. Is it clear? I am going to rush on this because we got up to what should devotees do during wars and should devotees participate in it? I think we discussed already. Can we fry food using mustard oil on Ekadasi? Cannot? Why? Why we cannot use mustard oil on Ekadasi?
Grains.
Grains. What oil can we use? What oil? Huh? Coconut oil. Huh? Ghee. What else? Sunflower. What else? Canola. Canola can? Huh? Canola can? Peanut. Oh, okay. Alright, next one. How important is it to put tilak every day and what does it give? Very important, huh? How important is it to put tilak every day and what does it give? In the Nectar of Devotion it says anyone who doesn't put tilak is considered to be a dead body. And when you put tilak on your body, it is protection for your. Understand? You are marking yourself 12 places, and when you put, very important, the Lord is there. In that way you will get yourself protected. But if you don't have the protection, then yes, right? So it is very important to wear tilak. How authoritative is it to put tilak with water? Did Prabhupada do this? Prabhupada said, if you cannot wear tilak, then you put water tilak on your body. Especially sometime you have to go to meet some guy and so you have to.
Like in school they don't allow children to wear tilak.
Yes. So you're going to some meeting, something very important.
Meetings,
You put,
every day in office like that.
not your bank anyway.
Yeah.
If they get the deal or no deal, what's the problem? Yes. So you have to be a little bit, but you have to put so that you.
One example.
Huh?
Before when, I think 10-15 years before, we go for the permit irrigation. What is called? They say you clean and take photos. After that, I go put one more time. Then they say no, ready. This one religious. It's okay. No need to.
There was an interesting story Prabhupada said about this tilak, That one company, they had all the men working and everyone wearing tilak, Then the company was bought over by a Muslim. He said, tomorrow onwards, none of you must come with tilak. If you come with tilak, then we will sack you, finish. Then the next day, nobody came with tilak except one man. He went with the tilak. Everybody was looking. Then the Muslim man said, okay, from every day you can only put, others cannot put. Because he's brave, he is real, You understand? You see the analogy. Prabhupada is giving this. I think the story is there, right? The short books.
And Prabhu, nowadays everybody is promoting diversity and inclusion. So, yeah, I am a Vaishnava and this is how I am. You want diversity, please include me also inside. All companies are going for this. They want a diverse working force.
I didn't understand this.
No, they want all sections of society to be part of their employees.
Yatamma tatampat. Is that the
The
thing?
company wants
The
that.
company, they are not supposed to discriminate against any religious or any ideology that people have. So they must be inclusive. They must include everyone. So they must include diversity.
And when we preach, we get problem. This is what happens. No, he can practice his faith, I can practice. This is nonsense. Prabhupada said this is nonsense. The secularism is what?
In the company, they are promoting diversity. So if devotee is working, what he's saying is that if devotee is working, then this is my diversity, my uniqueness that I am like this, so you cannot ask me not to do it.
So they fully accept, no problem. I go with hair like this and with Tilak. Nobody bothers.
No, but the problem is this, I'm trying to say is that if you have this philosophy, if someone has some crazy philosophy, then you cannot correct it. Of course you can think that, yeah, that's your fashion. Then if I come naked, then my fashion. You cannot say no, correct? You mean I'm saying the logic. But this philosophy, that's why what to do, what not to do, must be based on This is why we have to, there was a question asked, I'll show you this question. We went to this question. Actually, this was outside the thing. He said this question, what is that thing about the smoke and that? 42, is it? Every activity is covered by some kind of smoke, right? 48, huh? Every endeavor there is some kind of a fault. So he asked me this question. So does it mean that I can do anything I like, 48, huh? So here, every endeavor is covered with some fault, just as fire is covered by smoke. Therefore one should not give up the work born of his nature, O son of Kunti, even if such work is full of fault. So he says, so I can do anything, no? My Vishwa. Yes? Huh? So what do you think? Because every activity you do must be what? One should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the... Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that it can be gradually be elevated. You cannot do things whimsically. You must follow sadhu, shastra and guru. You follow? Not that, I want to do what I like, and then you cannot become successful. So I think I covered everything. The last one is about war.
Gopal also replied this one, like in material platform diversity is on disagreement, but in spiritual platform diversity is there is variety but on agreement. Krishna is the supreme order. So therefore that is approved.
But they won't approve Krishna in the center. That's the problem. So our problem is to put Krishna in the center. Then you can have your opinion, but all must correlate to center on Krishna. You understand? If Krishna is not the center as we read, then there will be fighting, quarreling, bickering, all these kind of things. So that philosophy, yatamma tatampa, anything goes, everything goes, But no, we all are. I don't say anything you do, you don't say anything I do. Then what is the point? Right?
But at least using that, I am going like this in the office. I am able to follow because they have this policy. I take advantage of their policy to go dressed as a Vaishnava. They won't allow me to.
Like that is the thing now, the law here. You cannot preach to others. If you preach to others, then you can be penalized, If someone comes to us and we preach, and make him a devotee, you understand? And suppose he say a Muslim man, you preach, then they can get you into trouble. You understand this?
Is there one Singapore?
Solicit.
You cannot try to. Even the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu time, Haridas Thakur, how much problem he faced? He said, you converting so many Hindus to Muslim, now one Muslim man become Hindu, what's the problem? Oh, you're talking some, you're beating, 22 marketplaces beaten. You see how that, it's one way thing, See how much we are having difficulty. Of course, in India is another thing. In India you can do anything you like, right?
When I was new to the movement, that time two Christians came to our house. They were trying to preach to us. I got Vishwanath Prabhu also invited for reinforcements, but after 1 hour they ran away.
Now they cannot go door to door again. It is, you cannot go and complain. They speak about especially the Indians, they complain because they come and say you are worshipping the devil, this thing, that thing. So the Indians don't know how to, lucky you two are there. But if the Indians are trained, you follow, the preaching is lacking. If the preaching is not there, that's why this is a class. Today, see, do you find these questions relevant to you?
Tremendously relevant. Very important.
Huh? What? So this is to give you some strength, how to answer these things. Because I just chose this subject. Usually I never come on a Sunday. I'm doing Zoom classes. But you see how the questions. So tomorrow somebody asks you, you should know. Then your faith is strengthened. You follow? Yeah? So I think it's getting late. At 13, I think it is not relevant. What should devotees do during wars and should they participate in it? If it is in your back door, I don't know, you have to fight, then what to do, correct? Otherwise, that's why Prabhupada wanted us to start farm communities, and so we become indifferent to this. But if you are in the city, then what are you going to do? You got to protect yourself at least, yes? So practical question is, because Russia now is having this war, so they are asking this question, I think one devotee got shot, they say. Yeah. Ukraine devotee,
How is he?
I think got shot in the hand. He didn't die, injured.
Ukraine.
Huh?
In Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah.
ISK or
So please try to read Prabhupada books, very important. And then try to ask, questions like this, because it will be beneficial for you. So you inquire, then you will get the answers, you understand? Now I could have given a Sunday class, surrender to Krishna and this and that, and then just, okay, you have heard it so many times already, right? But when you are put into sport like this, then you start thinking, oh really, what to say, Yes? Correct? So it's very important. Understand? That's why association with devotees is very, not that devotee association, you massage his leg and then you feed him. You have to ask, inquire, correct? Yes? What is the prasadam today, Prabhu? That's also inquiry. But that inquiry is... yes? Okay, anything else? Any points to add? Okay, we will stop here then. Thank you very much.